Morning came without sunlight. The room I woke up in was unfamiliar. Too quiet, too clean, too controlled. I lay still for a moment, listening. No traffic noise, no neighbors, no city chaos. This wasn't my world. I sat up slowly, the memory of last night rushing back. Lucas, the car, the building, the words he'd said. There was no going back. I wrapped my arms around myself. I hadn't slept much, not because of fear, because somewhere deep inside me, I knew something had shifted. The door opened without a knock. Lucas walked in, already dressed, calm as ever. "You're awake," he said. I watched him carefully. "You broke into my apartment last night." "I let myself in," he corrected. "That's worse." A faint curve touched his lips, not a smile. "Breakfast," he said, nodding toward the table. I looked. Food. Coffee. Real coffee. "You think feeding me makes this okay?" I asked. "No," he said. "I think it keeps you functional." I hated how reasonable he sounded. "Why here?" I asked. Lucas leaned against the counter. "Because this building doesn't exist on public records." "That's comforting," I muttered. "It's safer than your apartment." "For how long?" He met my eyes. "That depends on how fast things move." My chest tightened. "You said they moved their timeline." "Yes." "And you still haven't told me why." Lucas was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "Because someone inside my organization made a mistake." That got my attention. "Your people?" I asked. "One of them," he replied. "And mistakes in my world are expensive." "Am I part of the price?" I asked. He didn't answer immediately, which told me everything. "You said I was leverage," I said. Lucas nodded once. "To someone who wants to see me react." I laughed under my breath. "So I'm bait?" "No," he said sharply. That was the first crack in his calm. "You're insurance." "That doesn't make me feel better." "It should," he replied. "Insurance is protected." I stood up. "I didn't choose this." Lucas stepped closer, not threatening, but firm. "Neither did I," he said. "But here we are." We stood there, too close again. I could feel the weight of his attention, not desire, not yet. Something colder, something sharper. Responsibility. "There are rules," he said finally. "Rules?" I echoed. "If you're staying here." I folded my arms. "Let me guess. I don't leave. I don't ask questions." "You leave only with me," he corrected. "And you ask questions when it's safe." "That's not freedom." "No," Lucas agreed. "It's survival." I hated that he was right. "Why don't you just hide me somewhere else?" I asked. "Far away." Lucas's expression darkened. "Because running tells them you matter." "And staying doesn't?" "Staying under my name tells them touching you has consequences." I stared at him. "You're using yourself as a shield." "Yes." "That's insane." "That's power," he said calmly. Later, he walked me through the apartment. Security systems I didn't understand. Doors that locked silently. Windows that didn't open. A cage disguised as luxury. "This is temporary," he said. "That's what everyone says before it becomes permanent," I replied. He spotted walking, turned to me. "Emily," he said. My name sounded different when his said it now. "I won't keep you longer than necessary." I searched his face. And who decides what's necessary? He held my gaze. I do. That night, standing alone on the balcony, I watched the city lights below. I'd never felt so visible, so exposed, so trapped. Lucas King hadn't taken me hostage. He'd placed me in the center of his war. And the terrifying part wasn't that emotions were coming. It was the refining that, Hedera now, I sons about it. Because the rules of his world were simple. Stay close, stay quiet, stay alive. And I was already breaking the first one, because every time Lucas looked at me, I felt the pull, not of safety, but of something far more dangerous.